Might seem like kind of an odd Raw recap, but I gotta do a lot of running around, so I'm gonna do this one while I'm driving. Don't recommend doing this at home, kids. It can be kind of difficult. You're not gonna be able to see me very well. So we began with, of course, the Authority in the ring, because that's how we begin Raws nowadays, with the Authority in the ring. And then Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns are talking about, who's going to be the person to take on Brock Lesnar and get the crap beat out of him. Authority's like, well, guess what? You guys are going to tag match. I'm thinking, oh man, it's Big Show and Kane. It's Big Show and Kane. Oh man, it's going to be next. Dude, it's going to be next. And the match, gets thrown out because of just the random amount of outside interference. All that fun sort of stuff. You're going to realize this is a huge problem with this night's Raw. They then hype the main event match, which is those two who don't get along because Daniel Bryan accidentally hits Roman Reigns. So which then, of course, leads to a 5-on-2 handicap match for our main event. Yes, we're going to see Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns take on the combined force of Kane, The Big Show, Seth Rollins, J&J Security. And a match that's just all sorts of just crap. Seth Rollins takes on Ryback in a match that gets thrown out because of an attack by J&J Security. So I can turn it. There we go. At least you got some light in there. Now, of course, as this match is going on, really nice setup for the finish. Ryback hits a spinebuster, is going for that what we used to call the double powerbomb spot that Jericho and Lesnar used to do. Muscles him up from a powerbomb spot into shell shots. Then J&J does the run-in. And I was like, all right. So there's your other throwaway match. Usos had a tag match against Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, who again still don't have a name. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, get a shenanigans win. Again, pretty common for this episode of Raw. Next time to be a shenanigans win. They then talk about who's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And of course, it's Rikishi for some reason. So, Schwarzenegger, Rikishi, and Macho Man. Paige has a match against Brie. It's decent, it's a serviceable match. As Paige ended up getting the victory after the Rampage. Nice way to kind of keep things going with the Paige and Nikki feud for the title. Not bad. Rusev does a career retrospective on John Cena. Shows about how awesome he is and how much he gets the crap beat out of him, how injured he is, and how beat up his body is. Wait for my light to turn. Cena comes down, cuts a predominantly serious promo, which was actually really good. Only throws in one little joke through it, which wasn't a bad joke. A serious John Cena promo was actually pretty good. And then, of course, that then leads to the rundown, beat down that you normally see. These sorts of little moments. Kind of a pointless little spot, but all in all, it wasn't horrible. Triple H calls out Sting to see if Sting will show up for the call out at Fastlane. He accepts. So I guess Sting said yes to the being called out for the call out at Fastlane. Okay. Curtis Axel again tried to push for Axelmania, only to be beaten down again by Dean Ambrose, who again says he wants to take on Wade Barrett, with Wade Barrett again saying he's not going to take on Dean Ambrose. It's like, okay, that could actually be a pretty solid feud if anything with them. Bray Wyatt and Dolph Ziggler had another fantastic match. with Wyatt getting the victory. Just great stuff. These two guys are putting on some fantastic matches. Really, really great stuff. Again, it seems like Bray Wyatt, of course, is calling out The Undertaker, which could be a pretty solid feud. All kidding aside, that could be a really, really good feud. And, I'm forgetting anything. Oh, yeah. And Mizdow ended up taking on Sin Cara, with The Miz yelling at him from a director's chair the whole time, which then, of course, led to Mizdow losing. And I was like, oh, man. Mizdow lost to Sin Cara, who's been winning a lot of matches. Of course, lots and lots and lots and lots of hype. Pretty much about Fastlane, about the free February for the network. But the ending of just another 5-on-2 beatdown. But at least this time, Ziggler and Rowan showed up trying to help even the odds. And then Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan kind of got into it a little bit, with Reigns finishing off with a really weak-looking spear. Earlier in the night, Bryan and Reigns had a discussion, and Bryan was like, I think we're about the same when it comes to being good-looking, which got a really nice pop from the crowd. And he's like, but the thing that matters, I'm a much better wrestler than you, which I thought was great. It's like he took an IWC promo and just tore into him with it. Brock Lesnar graced everyone with his presence, as did Paul Heyman. So Paul Heyman cut another fantastic promo. Constantly brought up Brian Williams for some strange reason, because lots of NBC nightly news fans also watch Raw. Talks about how Reigns and Bryan are two of the biggest liars because they think they can beat the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. Great promo, but it's Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman could talk about how he makes his sour cream and onion dip, and people would go nuts because he's just that freaking good on the stick. All in all, it had some moments that were pretty good. Oh, and New Day took on the Breaking Down team of Stardust. New Day, no pop, no heat, nothing. Just nobody cares. And it's really sad because you have three talented guys and just nobody cares. And the Dust are breaking up because, Stardust has fully encapsulated the ability of Cody. So, again, another kind of Raw, but NXT rivals should just be amazing.